If you have ever agonized over the sheer torture of writing a script for your videos, you are in luck because I'm going to show you a template that makes it this easy and a tool that makes it even easier. So we're going to be jumping in and I'm going to show you how to create a video script blueprint and also show notes that go with your video in record time using my favorite AI copywriting tool, Jarvis. And if we'd never met before, my name is Molly Mahoney. So good to meet you. I have a company called The Prepared Performer where we help experts and entrepreneurs to grow and monetize their visibility using live video, organic social, and automations that drive more human connections so that you can turn your message into a movement. We're going to dive into Jarvis and I'm going to show you this brand new template that is so cool. You can put it into action right now. So if you don't use Jarvis, look around this video. You'll find a link somewhere. You'll also find a link for the actual recipe, which I've created just for you. So once you go in here into Jarvis, in the recipes section, after you click on the recipe, you should see this recipe. It's a brand new thing. So this recipe is brand new. Once you go to open it, you'll click run and it will actually take this recipe and create a brand new document for you to be able to use this content map where Jarvis can actually write the content for you. And actually, I want to tell you one more thing really quick. This video, I'm giving you a template. I usually do live videos. I don't pre-record videos that often. So here we go. I'm using this video template every week for my value video. So value videos are something that we teach. We have our clients do this in our Camera Confidence program and our Glam program. And these value videos are set up once a week. You drive traffic to these value videos, you bring in viewers, and then you offer them show notes after your value video, which allows you to bring in email addresses, SMS subscribers, and also send people to your Facebook group. Plus, these show notes are listed on your blog. So you're also sending traffic to your blog. It is crazy awesome. And so this is a blueprint that I usually only have in our Camera Confidence program, but I'm pulling it out for those of you that use Jarvis because I love Jarvis. So here we go. Okay, screen sharing. Now, I've already run the recipe. And you're going to find it is magic. Now, this works with boss mode on Jarvis. So if you haven't upgraded, make sure that you upgrade. Again, there's a link to upgrade around this video somewhere. I love partnering with Jarvis. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your cursor right after the end of this command. The document is made up of several commands which tell Jarvis what to write. And then in the parentheses, you'll see some directions that I'm giving for you. So write a content brief about topic. So you've got to know what topic you're going to write about. And then this manually move this into the sidebar once it's written. We're going to just bring that down. Okay, so write a content brief about topic. Let's say we're going to write a content brief about creating, okay. How to create a strategic social media plan. Okay, strategic, did I spell that wrong? Yeah, we're gonna leave that there and not worry about Grammarly. Okay, then I'm putting my cursor at the very end of this command and I'm gonna hit Command Enter. What are the steps you take to determine how do you plan your content? What's the best time on social media sites? There's some other questions will be explored in this article. Amazing. So I'm going to take this content brief, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to put it right here in the content brief section. Now this little toggle, you can toggle it on or toggle it off, or it's on now or toggle it off. And that will determine that whether or not Jarvis can actually read this when it's reading to write the article. Okay, and then I'm going to delete this little section for you. Perfect. Okay, the next section, write 5 compelling titles based on the content brief above. The directions are underneath that. I'm going to put those down and then I'm going to hit Command Enter. Now I'm having Jarvis write several titles because I want to have my own choice over what title I want to use. How to create a social media strategy, steps for success, tips on great content, blah, blah, blah. All of this. We're just going to go with the first one for the purposes of the last one. Whoops. We're going to go with this top one for this. Now underneath here, you'll see this was the directions about that command. Manually select your favorite. So I'm going to do that. Make it H1 format. I'm going to do that and then add it to the sidebar and remove the content brief. Great. So I'm going to do this. Add it to the sidebar. Oops. And then I'm going to remove the content brief because it's already in the sidebar. We don't need it anymore. And then I'm going to remove that direction. Awesome. Okay, now write a PAS description for the blog post about the title above. Now this, check this out. This will be a framework for the description of your video. Remove the words problem, agitate, solution. Watch this. Every time I'm hitting Command Enter, it's reading that command and then it's doing what the command told it to do. Problem. Social media is a powerful tool for business, but it can be difficult to know where to start. Agitate. The good news is there are many tools, resources available to help you create a social media strategy. Bad news is most of these resources are overwhelming and confusing. And remember, we're going to remove the problem, the agitate, and the solution. Okay, this blog post will walk you through the steps needed to create a successful social media plan with easy to follow instructions on how to get started today. We'll share some of the tips, blah, 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 super awesome. Now we're going to delete this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now you're going to see we're going to manually enter a call to action. If you want show notes or a free gift, let us know below. So I'm going to say, if you'd like to access the show notes, usually in my video, I say, drop the word remind me, and I'll give you the show notes and you'll be reminded about our upcoming video. But for here, you can just say, let us know below, whatever keyword you want to use if you're using a bot. Because remember, this is going to be a video blueprint for you to use for your videos. And also, it's going to be repurposed into your blog post. So this top section is like the beginning of the video. Then we're going to write your value statement. So your value statement is like your introduction. And we don't introduce ourselves at the top of the video. You tap into the problem first, you let them know that something awesome is coming, and then you drop your value statement. So the value statement is here, and you can just fill it in. Hi. You already heard my value statement earlier. Honey, I help. Awesome. Then you're going to write an intro paragraph for a blog post about the title of the blog. So we're going to come back. We're going to grab this and we're just going to go like this and replace it. And then we're going to do that Command Enter. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, now all of that goodness is there. Now, when I'm doing this, I don't read and proofread every little section at first. I just go through the whole thing and then I go back and read it, usually the next day with fresh eyes. Okay, now we're going to write 5 bullet points for a blog post titled, are you ready? Okay, I'm going to hit Command Enter again. Ah, I hate when my bangs do that. Okay, fixing it. Okay, save time by creating a successful social media plan. Get ahead of your competitors, avoid embarrassing posts and blunders. Okay, now those bullet points do not work for me. So I'm going to Command Z, and we're gonna have to put Jarvis on pause for a second because I need to tell you what to do if you get weird bullet points on this section. Okay, it's just you and me. Jarvis can't hear us. Sometimes when I'm doing this full video script like this or the full blog post like this, I don't know, Jarvis goes a little kooky because there's so much information that he's trying to take in. So I have 2 different solutions for you. If you find that using this command for blog post bullet points in the middle of this recipe isn't quite working for you, I have 2 solutions that are really, really good. Okay, now we're gonna go back to Jarvis. Don't let him know that I said that he had, you know, some little funky stuff happening. So what you're gonna do at this point with the bullet points, if those bullet points weren't feeling like fully solid, we're going to change this to blog post outline, which is what I actually thought I had changed it to in the recipe. So we're going to try that first, and you're maybe just going to be able to use the recipe as is. Let's see what happens. Okay, ready? Write a blog post outline for the blog post titled this. Let's see if this fixes it. Way better. So at this point, what you're going to do is just use that. But if you still do struggle finding perfect bullet points, I'm still going to give you 2 more solutions. The first one is click on this power mode And in power mode, you can go over here to blog post outline. Now for the blog post outline, I'm going to grab this title and I'm going to put it right here. And you can write it in your own tone of voice, or we could write it in the tone of voice of, let's write it in Shailene. Is that how you spell her name? I don't know if that's right spelling, but we'll see. Okay, I often find that when I use this blog post outline in the power mode, I like the bullet points that I get more than I do when I actually use this in boss mode. So what I do is I'll come through here and you'll get all these different outputs. And if you have boss mode, you have unlimited words. So it's pretty awesome. So you can just copy this. You can copy all of them, right? And I'm using Clipboard History Pro, which allows me to show you my entire clipboard history, which is pretty awesome. I can just copy all of that and then I could paste those in or pick and choose the ones that I like. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to, I'm going to go with this top one here because I like that one better than this one. So I'm going to delete this and I'm just going to put in the stuff that I got from the power mode. Then I'm going to click up here and go back to focus mode. Now, here's the other tip that I have for you on this. You're an expert. You probably don't even need Jarvis's help at coming up with these bullet points. So sometimes I use it just to kind of kickstart from some creativity, but really in general, I just come up with my own bullet points. Novel concept, I know. Okay, back to Jarvis. So we're in here. We've got these bullet points now. So we're going to go down and we're at this point where we come to this next command. Continue writing more information about the previous sentence. Manually enter the command below each bullet point. So we're going to take this command, copy it, and I'm going to put it below this. Figure out what you want to achieve. Also on these bullet points for the blog post, you want to turn them into header twos so that Jarvis knows that these are like main points in the blog, okay? And remember, this is really for your video that we're doing, but the video is gonna turn into your show notes. So it's awesome. Okay, we're here, we're gonna hit Command Enter. And I like to tell Jarvis we're writing a blog. He doesn't need to know about the video because otherwise he gets a little confused. Okay, this is the first step, but it's also most important. Why? You need to know what you want to create to have a successful strategy. Is your goal to increase brand awareness or drive traffic to a recent article? This is so good. Why is this going into a thing about me? Figure out exactly what your goals are, then come up with ideas on how to accomplish these goals. Molly Mahoney is an expert and entrepreneur in the field of social media marketing who helps entrepreneurs. Jarvis went a little kooky again there. So we're just going to delete that part. Okay, and then if you want to make this a little bit longer, you just put your cursor at the end of the paragraph and you can just hit Command J. Now, sometimes he'll copy the structure of it and start to add another bullet point. And if that's the case, and I like to show you these little places where Jarvis starts to like not pay attention to the dance steps, be like, hey, Jarvis, I'm going to lead a little bit better this time. We're dancing together. So I'm going to write the beginning of the next paragraph. I'll say, once you start on the path to making your goals a reality, Command J allows Jarvis to take over and just continue. You'll be able to start seeing results. And the best part, the strategy will be customized just for you. Perfect. This bullet point number 2, we are not going to use. That just added a little more solidness to our thing. Okay, define your target audience. Now we're going to come here and I'm going to take that same command that I already copied. Oh. And then I'm going to hit Command Enter. I mean, this looks great. Think about who your target audience is, blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, it's writing so much. Amazing. If you want to add any more about your target audience, you can just, start writing that next sentence and then hit Command J. We're not going to worry about that right now. But you could, if I was doing this as a real article, I would add, or a real video, I would add more there. All right. Then you're going to go through on the next, all of these, and you're just going to, it takes 2 seconds. Ah, shoot. I went to go I always do that. Okay, so if you move the cursor while you're typing, it will put things out of order. So I moved the cursor while I was typing, and then Jarvis started typing where I moved the cursor to. Sorry. Okay. All right. So now frequency, blah, 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 get with your visuals, get creative with visuals, use graphics, GIFs, photos, and videos, blah, blah, blah. I am at the very end of a long day of coaching calls, so I cannot speak. Oh, we're going to do this one. I'm going to bring this guy back up here just to show you how the whole entire thing works, because it works for the whole thing. And really, remember, like I said earlier, you are an expert. So Jarvis is here to kind of kickstart things. What I love about this is it sets a solid framework for your video, a blueprint, but then once you do your video, if it's a live video especially, you do not want to read this word for word. You can riff, share your own expertise, and then you can come back and add that into these show notes before you fully publish them. It's really cool. Okay. Okay, and then cool. Then we go to the next one, right? We're just going to finish all these guys out. Command Enter, just to show you how it really works. Oh, I do like this be consistent tip, which it's adding in here. Oh my gosh. Awesome. So sometimes like it adds in these extra tips, which I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so we're just going to leave that be consistent because it typed it on its own. Jarvis is making me so happy. I hope you're appreciating the fact that even this goofy goofball over here can make this work. Okay, here. And I think even at this point, we probably don't even need the command. Like if we just did this and started the next sentence, he's going to continue. So engage with the followers by asking questions or sharing poll surveys they can participate in. I'm going to add in a little shout out to Mari Smith, as my dear friend Mari Smith always says, content is king, but engagement is queen, and she rules the house. And then I'm just going to hit Command J and it will continue. Awesome. Okay, now I'm not going to add any more tips on here. I've got that all done. And now I'm just going to go to this next command. Write a conclusion paragraph for the above blog post. Command Enter. I mean, that's pretty dope. Amazing. Engagement Queen Mari Smith's motto. Get out there and talk to people, which is totally in line with my values and what I believe. So I'm going to say, remember what Facebook. Okay. That's really funny. Okay, now get out there and talk to people. Right now, we're going to write in a strong invitation to join us in our next video. If you have a free gift or an offer, add that in there too. And then you can ask people, if you're using a messenger bot like we do, you can say, drop the word remind me or notes or whatever it is below your video so that they can get notified next time you go live. And then if you want to drop a free gift, like a live video masterclass is what we often do, or our show notes, stuff like that, you can put that at the end there too. Oh my gosh, so good. Now check this out, full entire thing for your video. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to use it as your show notes as well. So when we do the video, this is the title, this beginning part where the PAS formula was. This is the description. This is actually the description for your video is also your intro. And then you can go in and introduce yourself partway through your video and the rest of the video is all set there. Oh my gosh. All of this goes perfectly into your blog post, which is also your show notes. So good. magic. And you can do it like that with Jarvis and this really cool recipe, which makes it so, so, so easy. And you can use it again and again and again. Hooray! We love Jarvis. And make sure you go into the description of this video to get access to Jarvis, access to the recipe, all of that goodness. And you can also learn more about our monthly content club called Dancing with Jarvis. It's so fun. Yay. Okay. I'm so glad you hung in with me. It's been a long day, a little kooky over here, but so much fun. We will see you soon. My name is Molly Mahoney, and I just love helping experts like you to be able to turn their message into a movement. Talk to you soon. Bye. And with any template that you get like this, always keep in mind it probably works. And it's also probably a part of a bigger strategy with lots of little subtle nuances. So, if you want more information about the bigger strategy, the subtle nuances to help really make this template convert, please let me know, drop us a note below, or send us a message. We would love to support you. Oh my gosh, pre recorded videos make me feel so kooky. And this hair, what is actually happening?